members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. I really appreciate you tuning in this early afternoon live. I decided to do another additional live today like I've been the last few days because there's a few things we've got to discuss and get on the same page with, and I want to make sure you see it here so you can get the proper information. First thing is XRP is starting to set up, and it might not just be for the move to 66.6 cents. It could have eyes for 75 cents as the all-time formation going back to January of 2018 when we hit all-time highs, and the convergence of this pattern we're in that's been going over for 6 years. It seems to lead to a resistance area right around 75 cents. So we're going to take a close look at that area, but also some of the news that's coming out today that we've got to take a look at is the ex-Ripple director says that the U.S. federal government is suppressing the price of XRP. So that's pretty interesting. So we know yesterday we discussed the GSR trading bots that XRP was using to push the price up in 2016, 2017 during the biggest explosive move that XRP ever seen to all-time highs. And now we're seeing from the ex-Ripple director, he's saying that the federal government is suppressing the price. So we're going to dig into that and see exactly what that means. I have an article that pushes into it. Now, I will preface this by saying I feel like this might be slightly biased. And the reason I say that is because they're trying to endorse a John Deaton push for U.S. Senate. So they're kind of putting this at the forefront. So I'm not sure I like the fact that they put this out there and then attach that to the end of it. Like, that rubs me the wrong way. Like, give me the information, but don't tell me this is why you should vote for somebody for Senate. Like, now it makes you think otherwise. Like, so what exactly is going on? How come yesterday we know all about the trading bots, and today now the ex-Ripple director is putting it on the federal government? So we need to see exactly if there's any truth to that, and we'll come to an honest and educated conclusion here by the time this live gets going here. It'll be one of the first things we cover after the charts. We'll be looking into that. And then we'll take a look at the opportunity to possibly 75 cents and the obstacles ahead. Our first major pivot point here, just remember as you're tuning into this live, is that 66 cent mark. 66.6 cents is a big resistance, but first, before we could ever get there, we've got to get on top of the pivot point at 60 cents and start pushing up. Sometimes we look at in this community a catalyst before XRP starts running. We'll take a look at quant. And if we take a look at quant today, it's up 8.4%. So it seems to me that quant is telling us something about XRP right now, because XRP typically will follow pretty closely with quant's movements. So we'll see if this is a precursor to what's about to come here. Although quant was much more much more room to run than XRP did on this latest run, or it could have just been catching up. So what we're looking at here, we'll take a close look. We'll look at the exact support areas we don't want to lose and the resistance that we've got to get above if we want to start pushing for XRP. So please make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube will recommend this video, not just for the new viewers, but for the old viewers as well, that it might not be recommended in their YouTube feed anymore. And by you hitting that like button, YouTube starts recommending these lives and the updates as well. And it ends up in the older viewers' algorithm and they can find their way back home. So let me get to this and start the intro, and then I'll go over the comments, if any, because I don't even know how busy it's going to be today. I don't suspect as many people are interested in crypto today as yesterday, only because it's up and down. But the ones who are patient and gain a true fundamental understanding of what's going on in this cycle, this shouldn't faze you. So good afternoon. 1:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, March 1st, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. And you guys and gals know I like to come on at opportune moments. Yesterday I came on when we were diving, or the day before when we dived during that 13% drop. Yesterday we came on during the consolidation, and today I'm coming on because Bitcoin went from 61,300 and now it's pushed back up by over 1,000. In the morning update, we talked about the consolidation down, and we needed to see if 61 could hold, if it needed to push back farther. And as of right now, 61,000 held, and now we start pushing forward. Our next targets for Bitcoin, we're going to start to look at that 63 and 64K mark. And ultimately, I'm still thinking Bitcoin is trying to come up to the eventual cup and handle and we'll get into this more. But we're trying to finish off some kind of cup and handle similar to this, in my opinion. Now, it could come down farther for the handle, but that's at about 69K we're trying to get up to. So we're trying to transcend our price action into there. And then we need to see what happens with XRP. As we can see, it's up 1.5% on the day. A lot of people are still very irritated with XRP from yesterday for the fact that the trading bot stuff, I started breaking it down for everybody, and it's pretty disturbing when you start reading into it. So make sure you watch that live from last night if you want to see that. But also the fact that XRP, for some, they might have bought spot at 60 cents when they thought the rally was starting a couple days ago, just to see their portfolio drop 13.5%. They may have gotten out at some point during that drop. And now all of a sudden they're seeing it, it's regained all of its losses, and now it's potentially starting to move up the next leg here. So we're going to break this down very deeply this morning, or this early afternoon, because I think it's vital. And I like to be here each and every day in the opportune moments, but I always come on at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Sunday, for the live. But just this is the fourth day or third day in a row where I'm pulling double duty here. And I'm doing that. It's going to end up being 2 lives again today just because it's vital. I don't make up I'm not the one who makes the rules for when I have to come on, but I definitely know when the moment is on, when I need to be around. So let's get into the comments real quick. UK Phil, welcome in. Thank you so much for tuning in, along with John Hall. Oh, UK Phil, thank you for being in Tom's Army now for 3 months with the XRP Meteor. Thank you so much for that, my friend. Matt Holden, welcome in, and thank you for being in Tom's Army for 5 months with the XRP Predictor. Thank you so much. Ahar, welcome in. True, good afternoon. Devin, welcome in. Thanks for being a mod and being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. Norman and Captain Crypto Morgan, Jorge, welcome in, my friends. Joshua, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 5 months with the XP Predictor. Jose, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the 589 badge. Watch, recycle, repeat, indeed. Watch the content, recycle to friends and family, and come back by repeating the next update or live. Wow, 107 people in here. Please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube will recommend this video. And we're going to get into this hot and heavy. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I just like to acknowledge the audience when I first start to catch up in real time. Trading with J-Ride, thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the 589 badge. So many scare tactics. There sure are. There sure are. Infamous says hit that like button. Been in Tom's Army for a very long time. It just doesn't show it on this account, but I do know he's a current member in Tom's Army, so thank you so much for the continued support, Infamous. JW, welcome in, and thank you so much for being in Tom's Army for over a year with the I Told You So badge. Private Driver, welcome in, and thank you for being in Tom's Army for 5 months with the XRP Meteor. 3 months with the XRP Meteor. Coinbase yesterday scared me off the exchange. Absolutely marvelous. I talked about this in the last 48 hours about several exchanges that went down. You had Coinbase, Binance, Uphold, Kraken amongst the normal suspects. It's also why I look in the pinned comments if you're watching right now. And there's BITUNIX. I've watched it since July with the volatility, and it has not gone down even on the 94% spike by XRP. Did not go down yesterday. So if you're in the USA and you're like, where do I buy XRP that it won't go down on me? And the fees are not extraordinary to where I'm going to lose my ass on fees. BITUNIX is my A1 right now. It's my A1. I'm going to continue to say it. Lowest spot fees in the USA for leverage and spot trading. But you don't need a VPN to get on there and buy your XRP. So if I want to send money from Uphold and I send it to BITUNIX, I don't want to have to go through a KYC. I'm not trying to give them all my identification. I just want to buy the XRP, send it back to Uphold where the fees are way higher, or send it to my wallet but not have to buy it through Uphold, even though they've been around forever with XRP. I found the alternative a little while ago. And now with BITUNIX, it's seamless. It hasn't gone down on me, and my fees are next to zero. So take advantage of that. That's linked in the video description below. And I only say it so passionately because I've went through MEXC, they abandoned us. I went through BitGet, they abandoned us, and they were the cheapest ones. And then all of a sudden, BITUNIX I never even knew about, and they've been around for years, and XRP never went away. So it's time to start promoting the ones who support XRP and aren't giving us the excuses of the U.S. regulatory bullshit. It's either you have your ducks in a row and you have your tax stuff in order, or you don't. And I'm not supporting exchanges anymore that don't support me. Period. So if they're not supporting us in the USA, they can kick rocks. So that's in the video description, or that's in the pinned comments here. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. And just while I'm talking about it, I might as well show this because someone got mad at me yesterday for not showing it the other day and yada, yada, yada. So right now they have a limited time bonus. If you deposit 400,000, you get $5,000, and it can be cumulative. You do 200,000, you get $3,000, 50,000, you get 1,000 on the spot. $10,000, you get a $300 bonus. 5,000, 100, 1,020, 210, and any kind of deposit, you get $1. So I am trying to say that when I say it, just so everybody can see that it is a limited time thing, but they do have our back in the USA. So I'm just going to say it flat out. Go with somebody who does not abandon us, period. I'm getting sick and tired of these exchanges going down. I'm getting sick and tired of when there's a volatile moment, I can't get on Uphold. Even Kraken, Coinbase, I can't do it. It's starting to piss me off. So I have other alternatives. I love Uphold. I trust Uphold. It's just when there's high volatility, it screws us. Let me get back to the comments. And I know some of you know what I'm talking about. Jorge, welcome in. Marvelous. Yes, thank you. And I appreciate you with that comment because then I could put out the BITUNIX thing. I always forget to talk about it. And some people just need to hear it. Captain Crypto, welcome in. Can't stop the charts and fibs with Elliott Wave. We were always in a macro 5-wave 6-year consolidation. Hell yes, we were, Captain. Excellent, excellent addition to this community just now. What's the quant and XRP relationship? Well, quant makes the whole show run. So when you want to talk about the big boy that could actually compete with Bitcoin one day, if you want to put it in a status quo price to price, maybe you look at quant because of the smaller circulating supply, but it's still much more extraordinary than Bitcoin supply. But normally quant will front run the moves by the ISO tokens. So seeing quant, that's my correlation. It's up 9.25% today. It leads me to believe that we're probably going to have a pump within XRP, XLM, and XDC in the very short term. So that's why I came on too. Don't be surprised if you start seeing our 3X's pump now. Quant likes to front run this. Mario, welcome in. Private Driver says, hit that like button and engage. Absolutely. And thanks for being in Tom's Army for 3 months with the XRP Meteor. Jerry Clark, welcome in. Thanks for being in Tom's Army for over a year with the I Told You So badge. Bun B, welcome in. XRP Ricky Ripple and Mo, welcome in. Both in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. Thank you both so much. Lit the Cosmonaut, welcome in. Tom R, good afternoon. Stroder, welcome in. JM, thank you for being in Tom's Army for 1 month with the XRP, with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. I know it's true because that's my face superimposed on that emoji badge. It's true, my friend. It is damn true, and I thank you so much. Elias, welcome in. It's all getting very interesting. It sure is. Mark James and Roman, good afternoon. Ernie Lightning, welcome in. Currently on PHEMEX, moving my crypto over there. I would too. I was on PHEMEX before. I loved it, and then they abandoned the USA, and that's where I started seeking out the ones that are staying real with us. I would do it. And if you have any substantial, just click on it. It's right in front of you, but you do get rewarded by BITUNIX. They do take care of you as far as the deposit bonus, which is good to see. Lots of people rushing the stage to be around Tom's knowledge. Yes, infamous. I've noticed that recently as well. But when the markets are in high times of volatility and we've caught up, it's good to be somewhere where you've seen the information day after day. It's good to see someone who shows up and puts their own portfolio on the line each and every day, but also my reputation by coming on day after day. And you don't start out with the reputation, but you start out with that you can breed consistency that allows the community to respond, and then you see the actions that follow. But please make sure to hit that like button. Only 77 likes. We're not even batting 50%, just about 50%. I believe the content I'm putting out is worth you to hit that like button. If you respect what I do, if you think the U.S. government is surprised, this is an awesome thing. 78 people have hit that like button, and this is a good way to see. If you think the U.S. government is suppressing the price of XRP, hit that like button now. I want to see how many people who are watching believe this is true. Hit that like button. We're going to go over this. Hit that like button in this live right now if you think the U.S. government is suppressing the price of XRP. Stanley, welcome in. And thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the 589 badge. I don't believe it's the U.S. federal government, by the way. Do you believe, or if you believe that Ripple themselves are suppressing the price of manipulating the price of XRP, you can also hit the like button. But I don't know. I believe that to an extent the U.S. government is, but that's not the whole caveat. I think between Ripple and the U.S. government, we wash each other's hands. So I think that's what's really going on. Yeah, 101 likes. I think some of you actually think that too. So if you respect my work, please make sure to hit that like button so that we can continue to expand this community. It really is a beautiful thing to see. We just went over 20,400 subscribers yesterday. And now today we've gained 50 subscribers basically in one day. So I thank everybody for that. Now, let's get into the charts because this is very, 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 very important right now what's happening. So in the daily candle, we haven't made much noise here. As you can see, the volume's dropped off substantially. Now, this very well could just be more of a hold candle. We have an engulfing, not necessarily engulfing, but it has all topside pressure. This could finish out the day, and if we make a move in the next 6 hours and we start pumping up here a little bit, it's going to start to engulf to the top side. Now, it might not phase this out, but you can certainly see some topside pressure starting here. So if it does make a move up, I would suspect here, as this daily candle continues moving, that we're going to try to make a run up, at least see how we respond to the 60 cents. But aside from that, I think we could also be trying to make a push to try to retest. Let me show you real quickly. When we had that drop down, it almost looks like we're trying to retest to see if maybe, and this would be at 606, and hear me out, and don't get pissed if this happens at me, but if it, I don't want to say this is what's happening, but it's a possibility. So I like to look at all possibilities so that if it happens, we're not blindsided. So if we, and wow, thank you so much, Strouder, for sending your third YouTube super chat while I've been live. And you said Total Suppression sends a $10 donation. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for paying it forward and showing your appreciation for my work. It really does mean a lot and helps out more than anybody could ever imagine. So XRP hits 6067, right? Comes down, comes back up to create a head. So if it created a head, this would not be that formation. It has to come up to the wick, comes back down, test this area. Now, one of two scenarios, you come up here and you get rejected, and if it falls down, you say, well, how did we not see a head and shoulders form right in front of our very eyes? But otherwise, this is a beautiful V-shaped recovery. It's now swinging around, and this should swing to new high. If not, just retest 6269, but it very well could be swinging around for the next move this weekend. I am not convinced that we're just going to die until some of these areas give up. I'd be more surprised if it doesn't move up and finish off this move when everybody, like we've seen in the market, things are shifting a little bit. You've got more people brazenly taking out shorts on Bitcoin that are already starting to get burned because they've seen it go down. Some are probably picking it up during that 1,200 point drop earlier, just back to even. And now here we are just an hour, 2 hours later, where it eats up the lives, or it eats up that, it just eats it up. But an important thing here that we have to look at as well is that if we look at Ripple, if with the XRP price, one reason why I'm looking at 75 cents, and I hinted at it in the title, is the leverage traders are raising their leverage. So when leverage traders start to raise that interest and they start increasing their leverage, something's happening. So now we're going to look at this very quickly. And has anybody noticed the fact that XRP leverage traders are increasing their leverage? It's something that I've noticed since the drop. And as long as that keeps building, that's a fundamental insight that we're probably going to move up with the traders. And then eventually you're going to have that big reversal to cap their losses. Because now you're going to want to feed into those investors. And then right when everybody starts getting into the leverage, as it's going higher and higher and higher, then all of a sudden you have a quick 5 to 7% drop. Whites out the leverage from now all the way through a big run. So that's what I always talk about. You want to be in before the run happens so that you find a spot anywhere you feel comfortable getting out if you're a leverage trader. For the record, spot is king. Spot is king when it comes to this. But everybody has they're entitled to their own opinion on how they want to trade. I can only give you my own advice. I've talked about Bagelgate that I had in the past where I had a trade and it was one of the after the swing high from the last bull run and coming down in that big drop. I had my money on the sidelines and I just had a small bet, $262, nothing major, 20x trade. It built up to like, I want to say almost $1,300. And all of a sudden I made a bagel. It was not more than 7 to 10 minutes. We had a liquidity candle and it took my profits, all that $1,300. It didn't just take them all away. I was liquidated in a 5 minute candle that went down like some 16%. And then right after it, 24 hours later, it was above where I had first bought in. So that was a big, painful mistake. And some will say, Tom, it only cost you $260. The hell it did. When you put in $260 and it builds to $1,300, that's your money. So once that liquidation happens, it's as if I lost $1,300, not just the 260 something. I think it was actually 293 to be exact. So you got to pay attention to that if you're a leverage trader, because just as quick as it comes, as quick as it goes, and I've been hammered myself. So I call it Bagelgate for anybody who knows. If you've heard the terminology, I talk about Bagelgate so everybody knows. It can happen to anybody. Please make sure that like button, 170 people watching, only 118 likes. I think the information's worth more than that. If you respect what I do, if you respect the time I put in, and you appreciate the fact that I don't give you any BS, that I don't do any paid promotions, advertisements, or sponsorships, and I don't promote any BS shit coins or any products, I just want you here to watch. Hit that like button so YouTube will recommend this video and we can continue to expand our reach. XRP traders raise leverage 120% as investors look beyond Bitcoin. Ripple's price peaked at 63 cents on February 29th, capping its February 2024 gains at 30%. But declining Bitcoin dominance could see leading altcoins score more significant gains in March. Ripple-backed XRP stands to make significant gains in March 24 as investors begin to redirect capital towards the altcoin market. So Bitcoin dominance in decline as altcoins gain traction. Bitcoin dominated crypto headlines in February with multiple price milestones and record-breaking ETF inflows. However, as the month ended, market trends showed that investors increasingly focused on other crypto sectors. TradingView's Bitcoin dominance chart expresses Bitcoin's market capitalization as percentage of the overall cryptocurrency market, providing real-time insights into stakeholders' risk appetite and investment preferences. Since Bitcoin price grazed 64,000 on February 28th, Bitcoin dominance has been downgraded, dropping from 55.2% to 54.3% at press time on March 1st. And as you know, I do the Bitcoin dominance chart, so you'll see that as well during this live. While the Bitcoin price retreated towards 60K, altcoin markets pumped during this 3-day frantic period. As seen in the chart, the decline in Bitcoin dominance has coincided with the $175 billion inflow into the altcoin market, resulting in an 8.5% increase in the overall crypto market capitalization. When Bitcoin dominance decline coincides with the boom in the crypto market, it is a prime indicator that the altcoins are now on the front burner. Now, that's kind of a kick in the nuts because that's a double-edged sword. We actually crashed with Bitcoin, but now altcoins are coming out ahead. So that's what they're speaking of. So you got to look at the end result, not just the momentary crash drop that happened where most things are higher than they were. XRP's lagging. This rare market dynamic illustrates that investors, as the crypto bull market intensifies, investors are growing in confidence and shifting more capital towards the altcoin market. Bullish XRP traders raised leverage by 120% in 3 days. Bar XRP, each altcoin in the crypto top 10 ranking, including Ethereum, BNB, Solana, and Cardano, have all reached new yearly peaks in the past month. XRP is currently trading around the 60 cent territory. To attain the same feat, prices must surge by another 9% to reclaim the 65 cent peak last seen on January 2nd. Recent trends in the derivatives markets show that speculation traders have increased bullish bets on XRP since Bitcoin dominance began to wane on February 28th. Sentiment's funding rate trend aggregates the total fees paid between futures contract position holders across various trading platforms and exchanges. The funding rate spiked from 0.04% to 0.10% between February 27th and March 1st. Typically, and look, this is the chart right here where you can see this pure flip right now. As we're flipping, this is good. It's not going to $50 to $100, $500 to $1,000 plus. Hey, I'm not even looking there. I'm looking at the first move to 340 and then the ensuing move from 5 to 10. That's all I care about. Anything from there we'll talk about, but that is what I firmly have cemented in my brain so I don't look too far out into the future. First move would be $1.97. Second move around $3.50. Third move to 5 after a nice consolidation if we can hold, or if we hold all-time highs. And that move from 5 to 10 is where it makes the difference for us. That's what makes the big difference. Typically, elevated values of favorable funding rates mean the XRP long position holders are paying record fees to short traders to keep their positions open. That means if you're going long, instead of having your position liquidated, you add money to it and it lowers your leverage position. It lowers where your actual liquidation price is. So they want to keep those positions open for something. They're seeing something that makes them think we're going to pump from a leverage standpoint. August 2023 was the last time XRP's funding rate soared above 0.08%. Such consistent and prolonged funding rate spikes occur when leveraged long traders are confident that spot prices will rise in the short term and yield outsized profits. If this bullish scenario plays out, XRP's price could be on the verge of soaring to a new 2024 peak above 65 cents, in keeping with the rest of the altcoin in the top 10 market valuation rankings. So, whoa. Nigeria finds Binance. Oh, man. If you're on Binance, please, for the love of God, look at my video description, or look at the pinned comments, and join BITUNIX for, if you're in the USA. Enough with Binance. I don't know how many times people need to get hurt. If you're watching and you're a USA user, there's a pinned comment. It's for BITUNIX in the USA. Join them. No VPN needed. Send your crypto over there and have it not be tied up with this nonsense. Start using an exchange that doesn't go down. I'm going to start voicing my opinion now. I'm getting sick and tired of every time there's volatility, I can't get on certain exchanges, period. What happened to the 16,500 tokens? That's something that's in play. We don't know. We don't see, this is the problem. We don't know, like I was saying earlier, when that actually played out. We don't know. Here, let me get to the, we don't know if that played out in a sense of, hey, it happened this morning, or if they're giving us something from before. Why can't I find it now? Oh, I'm in the wrong one, sorry. But we don't know when this plays out from. Is the only problem. Where the heck is this at? I had this somewhere. I don't even know where it's at now. Anyhow, but there was 2 separate purchases of 6,000. What was it? 6,375 Bitcoin in 2 separate purchases. And we were talking about it this morning. I have no idea where it went. I don't know where it went. Tanya shared it, but I must be overlooking it. But we got to keep going. But it's not that it's, oh, here it is. It's not that it's not valid. It's just we don't exactly know when this transpired. These were the transactions from Asia. 8,175 Bitcoin, and there was 2 of them valued at 500 million. So, and that outflowed from Coinbase. So we just don't know. I can't tell you when this actually happened. We just know that this came out, and this is from Coinbase, and they swapped it off. Now, could that mean it's going to another exchange, or is this an offload so that they can sell? That's what we don't know. So that's why we stay cautiously optimistic. Not saying the rally's ending, but that we need to be cautiously optimistic of any rally going forward. I still think we're targeting 66.6 cents. I still think. Do I have your permission to share your... Hell yeah, you do. Anybody who wants to share my channel to your pages, of course you do. And 5,000 subscribers. Wow, on Facebook. Put the link in the YouTube live right now so any of the people watching right now can find your way there. If you're going to promote mine, I sure as hell want to promote your community of 5,000 strong. So please do, my friend Mario. Please do. Or wait a minute. Yeah, or Marie. Please do. And don't hesitate to share your link for being so generous with our community. Thank you so much for that. That's a wide viewing audience that would be able to find our community. So thank you so much for that. So XRP, the main thing here right now, actually, let's make sure we focus on Bitcoin. We went through some of the stuff. So Bitcoin, this pivot point of 61,303 is very important. And one could say, just like it did the last time when everybody thought it was going to dump, What did Bitcoin do? It put in what looked like a bull flag. I almost want to say again, Bitcoin is intimidating imitating the exact same thing it did before. The exact same thing it did before. Like, am I wrong? Or is Bitcoin trying to set up another likely bear trap here? And maybe they put out that 16,500 Bitcoin were for sale or were being brought off the exchange. Maybe that's what dumped the market 2 days ago. And we're just starting to see that as investors so that we get some fear, uncertainty, and doubt and we start selling. What is the odds that that already happened and we're just now seeing that outflow? Is there any chance that that already happened? What do you guys think? Do you think this is something new, or do you think this is what actually caused the drop before? I'm actually curious myself. Or are we in for a much bigger drop? And it would be signified if this pattern broke to the downside, then you would know we're coming down for a little bit. If it breaks up, 66,252 is on. It's on deck. It's on deck. Even if you take a technical, even if you take a technical measurement from the high to the low, and you start doing some jank kind of technical analysis, where some people like to do, so I like to show it. That, I mean, look how perfectly that lines up. You can't make this stuff up. Can I make that up? Can you make it up? No. And that's the technical target, 66,252, out of the broadening wedge, as we already have it. And now the technical target out of what could be this bull flag is that exact target. You cannot make this up. And that's why I always say I believe trading bots control this entire thing, the algorithm. Because there's no way that this stuff always matches up. There's no way that every single cryptocurrency at the exact same time, bar none, has the exact same mindset. And if you guys were paying attention, please tell me you bought B2 Gold when I told you I dropped 3,500 at $2.37. And even though it was going down and it was at 232 and I told you I was down, and it was a better buy than after I bought it. I bought and sold it 3 separate times on this way down. Every time I would buy it, it'd go up, and then I'd put a stop loss in where I would have to sell it so that I would stay even for the next move down. And it's done it 4 separate times or 3 separate times. It was begging us yesterday to buy it. Or 2 days ago at 237. Now it's at 255, up 6.25%. And gold is up 41 bucks an ounce right now. Silver is up 2.62% per ounce. And the gold silver ratio was at 91. It's at 89. So just pay attention to what's going on there as well. A lot of focus on the crypto market, but precious metals, there was an opportunity to be had. It still is. B2 Gold's at over 6% dividend right now. Anyhow, so Bitcoin, that bull flag, if it plays out, is going to be interesting. 85 cents, somebody says. Okay. Not that that's out of the realm of possibility, because it's not. And I'll show you why. It'll be close. If we take the November of 2021 formation, and I put a lot more validation into this pattern after it predicted that drop, if we were just paying close enough attention, it was at least in a possibility from 60 to 52. And I know more than one person has brought up in the last couple of days our rally to 60, and we called it sudden collapse to 52 possibly. That was several weeks ago before the run from 52 to 62. But we said that's what could happen, and then it grabs that liquidity. And if it holds it, I have so much more faith in this pattern. So somebody said 85 cents, you're not that far off. Because this suggests from November of 21, about 82 cents. Now, if we did this, this would get you over the all-time formation where we hit the swing high of 2017, the all-time high, I should say, when XRP at 350 on BITUNIX. This would push us over, and we consolidated, went down to 10, back up to $1.98, back down to 28 and 30 and 34. That would mean, if that pattern's true, we would break this 75-cent resistance we've been in for 6 years. If that's the case, we are in the extension zone now in the pattern of November of 21. And if we were to break this, this would bonify the potential of a brand new either bear market rally or a new bull market could be ensue. But I would just say it's more a bear market rally. And your technical target, if you could get over 81 after validating a move out of 75, your technical target we know is $1.97 in time. So that's what we're looking at here. Dude scam, somebody said in the comments. If you're talking about me, okay. Let's see. Who are you talking? Oh, Crypto Hawk, he says. Okay, dude scams. I gotcha. My bad. No, I don't disagree with that. That guy actually made a personal threat against me one time on his channel. No joke. During his live. He said he was going to come to my house and kill me. So anyhow, we're not going to shed light into that. So XRP though, going up to about this 70 or 82 cent mark, something like that. Maybe not kill me, but he was going to kick my ass. That's what it was. He was going to kick my ass. But 62.7 cents. I mean, that's the cup that was finished. That's the significance of this. The cup that was finished. And now we're putting in the handle. It looks like we put in this handle beautifully, actually. Actually, if we look at this realistically, if this handle went from 62 to like 57, like it looks like it's set up, and then it breaks out, this is beautiful. This is actually, if this is what's set up, we hit this uptrending support on a big wick down, and then it breaks up. If that happens, we did this tailor-made. Absolutely tailor-made. XRP did its thing already, just run Pepe. Well, Pepe's up about 500% since the bottom. It's had an excellent run. But like I always say, be careful when you're in the hot, heavy runners. Some are speculating that that could be the next Dogecoin from 21. You never know. You never know. Just be cautious. I am not in Pepe. I don't cover it. But for anybody who is in it, just make sure you are cautiously optimistic, like I always say, but there is potential to be had for sure. It's just after a 500%, 600% move, just be careful. That's all. Let's see. Was wondering your opinion on Flare and the launch on Facets. I mean, I'm not too familiar with where it launched there, but it's universally becoming more accepted. And Flare to $1, although I think it would be tough, my initial target for Flare when I bought at 007 was because I thought it had a potential, especially with a lot of these airdrops now in the public eye being put out here with exchanges. I really thought that it had a better not chance than to at least come back up here to around this 5.3 cents and tell us whether or not we were still bullish and we could push out of this formation. So I thought there was a huge opportunity here, even if you just wanted to swing it for a while, which I think it's going to be worth more than it looks. Oh no, this is Casper. What the hell? How did we get in there? But Casper in itself. Where the hell is Flare? How did it get deleted? But Flare, it already broke out of that. I was wondering now, because we had that set up, but it's broken out of this. My initial target for Flare, it's about the same, ironically, as Casper. But now it's rotated out of here. That's the monthly. And my other chart is gone because it was on another, my Flare chart was on another exchange, and apparently it got, as we know, TradingView likes to delete my stuff a lot, so I figure we'll just do this again because we've absolutely come all the way on. We've all the way come through this. I mean, if you just look at this from a grand scale, we've come all the way through this pattern on this exchange, pulled down, and now it's all about this uptrending support. I believe Flare kind of hit $1. Maybe. Why not? But it's going to take time. But you want to start building in at the levels that we did. And then you can watch it just explode and not have to worry about such a huge hit. But right now, if it does come down here, which it wouldn't be unlikely for it to because it came all the way up, you would still look at a consolidation here as we were talking about before at around 4 cents. And then it should bounce back through. So we've already completed a nice cup from the inception point on this exchange around with the US dollar. And it's already breaking out. So now even a back test at 3.6 would not be bad. But I would like to see it hold this up, trying to continue on. But yeah, Flare could absolutely hit $1 one day. It's just, it's got a lot of work to do to anywhere be in that kind of conversation. Quant's up 11% now. Something's going on. Something's going on. Look at this little reversal here. Something is going on. And not unlike XRP, this had a nice reversal. And now it's starting to push here. You can see in the daily time frame, it's pretty much in the same areas as XRP was. 4 hourly, it's pushing extremely into the overbought now, but it's pushing up very nicely. I dare say that this is trying to front run us with XRP and trying to tell us something. It doesn't always line up that way, but it'll be shocking if XRP doesn't do something now when Quant is opening up the door for the ISO tokens. Although XRP, there's one thing you can look at. It did already bounce around and make this move. So maybe Quant was delayed, but what I'm saying is the fact that we're finishing this formation, I am not going to be surprised if we come up to 75 cents in the all-time rotation, or if we can hold this and you can't just come up here right away to 78 or 80 cents. But I still think we're working on this pattern formation, and I think we're working on it. It's this one right here. We broke out of that descending structure from January of 24, and now I think we're still working on that 66.6 cent move. We even had a back test all the way back down to 52.5 cents roughly. Proved that pivot point was good at 53.4. Confirmed the January of 24 and July of 23 formation with huge back test on both of their levels. The 24 or 23 formation was back tested here with this big drop. Now, if we cleared out the same distance as we did before, we are starting to open up a run to 66.6 cents. And that's going to cap off our 35 to 40% move from the bottom at 48 cents when we talked about this move from there. Then we kept saying a 25% move from this range, and now we continue to break up. For whatever reason, the higher it gets, the more likely someone would be to buy it. When it was down in consolidation zone, the majority just looked past it. But for whatever reason, when it comes to cryptocurrency, when it comes to trading in the stock market, or when it comes to accumulating portfolios, most people, when it's on the way down and they're getting it for pennies on the dollar, they'll say, well, this thing's a pile of crap. There's no reason for me to buy it. I don't know why anybody's wasting their money. And then once it goes up 30, 40, 50, 100, 200%, then they say, oh, this is great. Look at XRP is the next big thing. This particular token I'm looking at, it's ready to buy. And it's like, what makes you buy it now? Like, for everybody who's watching, I would just like to ask the question. If you've been watching me every day and you didn't buy it 22% ago, why all of a sudden do you feel like today would be the day? Is it because you want to capitalize on that last maybe 16%? But how is that 16% more intriguing than the possibility of a 37% move from the bottom? This is where I have to learn public perception so that I can get a better understanding of retail investors, and I gain a large understanding by the followers and the subscribers and everybody who follows, to be honest. So, what do we think so far? With everything you've heard so far, and we have a great viewing audience today, 181 people. I was not sure that was going to be the case today, as we've been overachieving the last few days, despite extreme market volatility. The only sad sack is your tiny bag of XRP. Colin, I see your, see we got a little bit of intensity. Remember, we're positivity here over negativity. We do things from a place of love and not hate in this community, and I don't stand for anything else. So we're either trying to help each other or you're in the wrong spot, period. But I think, but not Colin. That's not directed at you, Colin. You've been in here forever, and I love you. I'm saying in general, that's why we love this community. That's why we can grow together, because we actually build each other up instead of putting each other down. And we can have real conversations in the chat, real conversations. So I do appreciate everybody. He doesn't charge people. They buy membership and give the subscription to non-member people. I'm going to send you your slander. I'm going to send him your slander comments. I don't know who you're talking about. You must be talking in the chat. I was going to say, I don't speak negatively of anybody, so that's directed. I'm assuming it's somebody else. And please, if you're talking about another influencer, save it for my chat. Don't put somebody else down just because you don't like their style. Everybody has their own style. Everybody has their own delivery, and everybody has their own purpose here. Our purpose is not to put down somebody else because we think they're doing a bad job. Something I fell victim to in my early years. We stay positive. We rise above that, but there's certainly no reason to bring negativity into the chat. So, You know, have that common decency, have that integrity and that understanding for your fellow human being. I'm not going to put up with any of it. So if I see it continue and we can't behave ourselves, I'll just time out everybody. I haven't done it in a long time, but I want this to be a power of positivity. For line, I gave up confrontation, and a lot of people are like, that's a weird thing to give up. If you know anything about me, it's been the best thing I've ever done. So, continuing to push up to this rising channel resistance at 66.6 cents. First thing we have to do is get on top of the pivot point at 60 cents. Second thing, oh, of course you can. Gary Gensler, you can talk shit about him, the federal government, anybody else. I try to keep influencers out of it unless, I mean, obviously the chat's going to say what they say, but trying to make like a personal attack from our community to theirs, I don't like that. We can ascend into a higher place, and it's got to start from somebody on social media, and that's going to be me. We're not going to feed into all that. So, but yeah, you can put down the government, the Fed, anything. I don't care about that. You guys can talk your piece. I'm just saying I want to make sure everybody's on the same page from a standpoint of some people are going to like other people. That's the bottom line. So somebody watching me in here might not be a fan of mine, but they're a fan of another YouTuber that you're putting down, and then it's going to make them be like, you know what, the hell with this community, and they might miss out information, vice versa. Somebody from my community might go in there, and they might say something out of line, and I don't want that either because then it takes away that common bond. As a community, we need to get stronger with XRP because a lot of times it's just about putting another person down or overanalyzing XRP going to 1,000% gains in a day or 10,000% gains in a week. Like, that's not how we get it done. We need to do it in the flow. So here we go. The rising channel resistance, we're looking at this. But actually, you know, you guys can do what you're going to do. I spoke my piece. I can't control the comments, and I'm not going to, let's be honest, I'm not timing nobody out. When was the last time you seen somebody timed out because of me? You have to look long in your hard memory bank. So you guys are grown adults. You can do what you're going to do. So I'm looking at it from a standpoint here. XRP needs to get above 60 cents. We would like to do it on this daily close. It seems to be suppressed a little bit in the movement today, I'll be honest. With some of the price action going around us, we've got DGB up another 10%. So we've come up, we've hit our technical move. We came down and even used this uptrend besides the wick and consolidated this uptrend. And now DGB is looking to stay above 130, and that's going to help push the move to about 18.3. And I know it's a big move, but that's the next technical zone. So pay attention to DGB. Remember, 77,777 tokens. First at 0.006. The last 10,000 were at like 0.008 as I bought with somebody in the community to prove that it was not a bad buy. So Quant is up now 11 point. Yeah, we've been talking about Quant as we came on. I think this is going to be a nice front run catalyst for XRP. As the fact that this is pushing oftentimes before XRP pushes, you'll see Quant have a nice move. I'm looking at something like this for Quant. If it does something like this, let's continue, baby. Unless it's coming up to the higher cut first and then it consolidates down. Either way, we're looking pretty good here. We're looking pretty good on Quant. Whoops. So I'm thinking that that could be something that is going to happen with XRP. It could be front running a pump here. No doubt. And the fact that like gold is running up means that the DXY is going down. That's not bad for cryptocurrency. The DXY got rejected in the channel. And we talked about if crypto wanted a continuation, DXY getting rejected would be a big step. Now let's see if it continues down. Because if it does come down to the bottom of the channel at 103.66 and breaks it, this is going to confirm a topping reversal pattern. It would absolutely. You see VeChain going down and taking a breather. Actually, what VeChain did yesterday was actually very beneficial. It broke through a trend line that we were following, and then it came down and got some consolidation. As far as it slowing down, I'm not so sure yet that it's hit its defined move. Because we came around, but if you look at what it was actually doing from farther back, we were in a farther cup, we're in a cup formation. And then the handle isn't supposed to start until around the 6.3 mark. Unless you go all the way to the top and you say, well, Tom, we're going to just go to the full-blown pattern here and not worry about the shorter time frames. Well, granted, then that means it would have to, but I don't like to ever do it like this because it made the drop. So I would just go from here, come around, and say if we can put the bullish handle. So I still think there's a lot of room here, whether it's all the way up to 6.3 and then back down for the handle, or if it fills out the appropriate cup up at 9.4 and then builds the handle to 6.3, I still think there's room to be had. I still think there's room to be had here. I really do. It had a big breakout of a long consolidation here. And even if you measure this, I mean, you got here, and then if it breaks that, you could go to the second layer. So first here is 636 in my opinion. And we bought VeChain at 1.6 cents, and I am so proud of that. So proud of that. Along with every other buy we've made, I'm so proud of. Because we did it in a moment when most people were running for the hills. But yeah, we're coming to a moment here where we just have to be vigilant. We have to see if XRP can in fact push forward and push out of this area. There's not much more we can say right now. Not much more we can say right now. Not much more we can say right now. A buy on Solana at $11 and selling into the last pump is beautiful. Beautiful. Good job, friend. But I wanted to read one more thing while I have everybody's attention, because I think this could show us. We have to talk about the X-Ripple Director, as I forgot. Now wait a minute. Did I ever read this? I don't think I ever read this. We never got into the U.S. federal, or the X-Ripple Director talking about the U.S. federal government is suppressing XRP price. I never talked about this, did I? Solana, the narrative, this bullet very well is one of them. That's one of them people are talking about. So yeah, let's read this. If you do appreciate my live, please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube will recommend this live. As we're getting closer to the end, as I hope to see everybody back at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as that's our typical time for the live. If you do appreciate my work, it's the start of a new month. Consider sending one YouTube super chat per month to pay it forward, so that you can show you're showing your appreciation for the exorbitant amount of time I put in. Or consider joining Tom's Army and get one of those cool emoji badges, starting with me being abducted by aliens in the first month. As that's a beautiful way to support the show, as I don't do any paid promotions, sponsorships, or advertisements of any kind. And I don't push any products or shit tokens, as I would say. I just want to give you a free viewing experience. And all my information is free, including my portfolio stuff. You just have to watch day by day as I show you my advances. And if you're like, where the hell do I buy XRP? Look in the video description below, or the comments, the pinned comments in this live for BITUNIX. If you join BITUNIX, it's in the USA. You can do it globally, but in the USA, they allow USA users. There's no VPN required, and you don't even need to do a KYC if you don't want to. And what I've been finding is that they stay open during the high times of volatility, unlike how I always talk about all these other exchanges. So take advantage of that. If you're looking to trade XRP, whether by spot or leverage, it's the lowest fees in the USA. So please, 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 please take advantage. And right now they've got this. If you deposit 400,000, I mean, who's got that in my audience? But some do. You get 5,000, 200,000, you get $3,000, 50,000, you get $1,000, and that's cumulative deposits. $10,000, you get a $300 bonus, and so on. You can read it, but take advantage of that while you can. Not saying they're going anywhere because they've been around the whole time, but as far as that limited time deposit bonus, and also the fact that the spot fees are the lowest in the USA for the buying of leverage and the futures and spot fees. So that's just, I'm saying my piece. Nobody can say that I'm not telling you ways to buy it. I get criticized a lot for not talking about exchanges, so I'm making it a mission so that you guys can find the ways to trade, and then you can save the backlash, basically. So there it is. X-Ripple Director says U.S. federal government is suppressing XRP price, propose a solution, and I don't like the solution. Something I talked about months ago about the former director accuses the U.S. federal government of suppressing XRP price as he encourages crypto fans to vote for Attorney Deaton in the upcoming Senate election. For years, there have been a series of debates regarding whether the price of XRP is being suppressed, with several community members believing that XRP's price has been suppressed for years. Some people blame Ripple for the suppression, which they should, because we broke out yesterday, and this is all bullshit. The XRP YouTuber is all bullshit, so I'm not even gonna put that in, because they are bringing into the price suppression being the XRT monthly release from escrow. That could not be farther from the truth. Let's just put it this way. Is it better to put $1 billion on us at a monthly at a time and then lock it up, or drop all $50 billion onto us at the same time and depreciate the value by an extraordinary amount of time, or an extraordinary amount? What do you think the depreciation is going to be if they drop all $50 billion in escrow onto us at once? You might as well not even sniff XRP if that's even a scenario that could play out until it happens. So I think that's all phooey. We know the trading bots is true because I showed you the official document stemming back from 2016, 2017 yesterday. And if you need to see more, go watch the live from yesterday. It's very point blank bold. So in a startling development, Sean McBridge, former director of Ripple's Global Talent Acquisition, rekindled discussions regarding XRP suppression. Big Tech and this is Sean McBride's verified Twitter, or X now. Big Tech and Wall Street are slipping as crypto is soaring. Check out algo potential to climb to 28 cents and ride till 73 after 41. Yes, we'll go into algo before I leave. We're big fans of algo. We bought that on Winning Wednesdays and FOMO Fridays, Colin. We bought that at under 10 cents. We only managed to get up to 7,800 tokens. Not only, but I'm proud of it. We were trying to get to 10,000 with just 75 per week during that consolidation, and we did what we could. Big Tech and Wall Street are slipping as crypto is soaring. Meanwhile, heavyweight CEOs are dumping their own stock. Many for the first time at hashtag Jamie Dimon. BRICS is getting ahead. XRP is being suppressed by the federal government. They are picking the winners and losers. Don't be fooled. People like John Deaton must be elected. That's why this next election is the most important election in the history of the United States. And for the future of this country, we need to stand. I'm not for politics, but, I'd rather feel like I was not right when I said a lot of the stuff. I felt like Mr. Deaton was saying, I love him to death, but I felt like he was going to end up running for politics. And I just felt like that's what he was positioning for. And it made me kind of not let it go in one ear out the other, because you have to put in a lot of thought and validation into what he says. But I thought there was an ulterior motive, and unfortunately, it looks like we're being proven right. Not saying that that's a bad thing at all. Believe me, he's greater than Elizabeth Warren by far. So believe me, there could be worse people at the helm. And if he does get elected, as we know, it's all public perception anyhow, because the central bank runs the world. Red or blue, it doesn't matter, let's be honest. But you put a person in position of power that we know backs XRP. I'd rather him be there than Elizabeth Warren in that same position who has a vendetta against crypto. So this is not a hit on John Deaton, because I actually love the man, and I think he can do a power position for XRP and make a power play. What I'm saying is, I don't like the fact that Sean McBride talked about the U.S. federal government suppressing the price of XRP, and in the same breath putting John Deaton out for the U.S. Senate. I think they owed him more than to tie it to the reason why you should elect him is because the government is suppressing XRP's price. I think the narrative should be elect John Deaton because he understands crypto, understand the regulatory framework in the USA, and the legal uncertainties that seem to be ignored. He understands to a T. Don't link him to the fact that because of XRP price suppression, that's why he should be voted in. The guy has done far more than just be curtailed just to XRP. That's what I'm saying. If you just put it to that, he's probably not going to win. If you give him the platform he deserves, he could win this and knock out Warren, and that's what we need. And then you get the ripple effect in full effect. So furthermore, McBride accused the government of picking winners and losers. Specifically in crypto, allegations about the government picking winners and losers have soared in the crypto community recently. Critics argue that government agencies like the SEC, what happened? Critics argue that government agencies like the SEC give specific projects a free pass while others suffer regulatory scrutiny. A case in point was William Hinman, former director of SEC's Corporation Finance, declaring Ethereum to be a non-security. Since Hinman declared Ethereum a non-security, the commission has given several tokens the security tag, including Matic, Solana, and ADA Cardano. So, to combat the government's alleged suppression of XRP, McBride urged the community to elect top crypto advocates like Attorney John Deaton in the office. Recall that Attorney Deaton recently declared his intentions to run against experienced lawmaker and Democrat Elizabeth Warren in the upcoming Senate election. Notably, McBride stressed the significance of the upcoming United States elections for XRP community. He said the upcoming election is the most important poll in U.S. history. He urged XRP holders to stand up again against corruption, tyranny, and invasion as part of a broader effort to make America great again. McBride believes that electing these crypto enthusiasts in the upcoming election will end the government continuous suppression of XRP and address other ills ravaging the crypto industry. Notably, McBride is not the only Ripple exec who has thrown his weight behind Attorney Deaton ahead of the upcoming election. As reported earlier, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse retweeted a post urging Attorney Deaton to run against Senator Warren. So, it's interesting. It's interesting. So, that's very interesting. So, if you appreciate what I do, please make sure to hit that like button. We're going to call it a day here for this live. I'll see everybody back hopefully at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for the $2 donation. Herbert Jean says, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Hit that like button on the way out. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. And everybody have a blessed afternoon. Don't forget about BITUNIX if you're trying to trade XRP. If we get a volatile moment and you're in the USA, take advantage of it. It's in the pinned comments below or the video description. Other than that, have a blessed afternoon and make sure you hit hashtag #BeBetterDoBetter if you made it until the end.